Welcome back to What RT Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the AMX 1357. It's a French Tier 7 premium light tank and it's located on the south spawn of Murovanka. And it's under the command of IndianaDel of W-UN2. Now that's my clan, so I'll be very interested to see how IndianaDel gets along. I've got one of these tanks myself. I call it my little murder kitten. It is really fast. It's very efficient at taking down the enemy. 61 kilometers an hour. Based on the AMX 13 chassis, it's a very fast light tank with a very good penetrating gun. It's got a 57mm gun capable of penetrating 143mm of ammo with 90 alpha per shot and 7 rounds in the magazine. So it can do a huge amount of damage in a very short time, and virtually every shot that's fired will penetrate. A lot of people carry APCR as standard all the way through because it's got much better penetration, 195mm, so you're bound to get through. You might not get through with the standard AP, but all the same, even if you don't get through with the standard AP, you're going to save yourself a huge amount of credits and earn a lot of credits. So he has spotted one of the enemy, an IS-2, right at the back, and he's hovering around the midline, getting spots on the enemy. He's picked up some spots already. In fact, he spotted a bishop of all things. And that's in a very dangerous position for a bishop. And it looks like he's going to go into the woods. Or is he thinking about it? Nope, he's staying around the midfield. Still doing his spotting job. He's getting some nice spots. You don't want to stay around in the midfield too long though. If you do, obviously you do become a bit of a target for the enemy to fire at. Now he's gone into the houses. In amongst the houses, of course, he can't move as quickly as he'd like, but from here he can ambush some of the enemy tanks. And he's gone behind the church, but there's an OI there already, so he's going to move away. Oh, there's an arty shell there arcing in. Now we've got an AMX 1357, 13F3, a Bishop and a Fifi, the 105 FH 18B2 on our team. So he's spotting for the RT at the same time trying to get some nice kills himself, and that Bishop has taken a big hit from somebody. Look at the way he's going to town in that Type 62. He's loading. Unfortunately, it does take a few seconds to reload. He's going to have to try and get out of the way of that Bishop. But he's shaved a huge amount of hit points off that Type 62, 261. But he's going back. It's loaded standard AP again. This time round, he's going to get that Bishop. Yep, gets him one shot, going after the M4. Oh, he got a fire! And taking him out too. Now, he's looking at that Type 62 again, spotted a KV2, spotted an SU-100, so he's certainly doing a lot of spotting. He's attracting a lot of fire though as well, looking around all the time just to see where the next target is. He's locked onto the Panzer IV, got one round in, 2, 3, 4, yes, he got him! But he did take a hit from the Panther, and another one. That's cost him 255 hit points, and he's lost his driver. He needs to get his driver back in. It's going to slow him down. Going over the rise, going for the Panther. Yes! Gets him one shot. He's now got 4 kills. And he's pulling to the back. Needs to get the driver back in. The MX 1357 is fast even without the driver, but he needs to get that driver back in. It will speed him up, makes sure that he can turn fast enough as well. Okay, still 3 tanks in there he can kill. T67, the Type 62, they were the better targets to start with. He doesn't want to tangle with the IS-2 just yet. Get those two out the way first. The Type 67 gone down. Going for the Type 62. 1 hit, 2, 3, kill shot. 3 shots still in the magazine, but that Type 62 is coming after him. Needs to get over this rise. He's only got 1 shell left, puts that in, and tries to escape. He's reloading. The IS-2 is occupied with that T-25. This could be to our advantage. If we can get the reload completed, we can finish the IS-2 off. And the IS-2 is now focusing on us, but we get the kill shot. That's our 6th kill. We got a Top Gun. We did take 1 round from him though for 384, so we've got negligible hit points now. We've got 107 hit points left. So we're going to have to be very careful. Now the enemy's captured most of the west side of the map, unfortunately. We've still got our 3 RT. The enemy's got 2 RT, a tank destroyer, a medium and 2 heavies. Now I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and get at the enemy from a distance. And remember, he's reloaded, and he's reloaded standard AP again. But some of the tanks he's taking on have got thick armour, so it might have been better for him to load APCR at this point to make sure he gets through the armour of those heavies. Now we got the heavy tank number 6. That means the enemy are now down to 5. We've got a 2 tank advantage. Now he could go off and kill the RT. That would get him a Pascucci's at the very least. Or in fact actually a Dimitri's if he can get more than one. Because remember, he's already killed the Bishop. And so if he gets the VP and the AMX 13F3, he's on for a Dimitri's. And he's having a quick spot there. Knocking these trees down actually does give away his position, but he is moving fairly quickly. I doubt if the enemy RT are focusing on him. I think they're focusing on the south end of the map. So I think he's going to make his way along the back of the map and try and spot the enemy and catch them unawares. No sign yet, but there's the SU-100. Okay, he's up on that ridgeline, but he's outside the draw range, so we can't see him at the moment. The T-3485 will be spotting him. There he is! Okay, can we get shots into him? No, it's not easy at this range. And the 1357 is not that good at long-range sniping. It's more of a close, in-your-face shooter. You get really close to the enemy and shoot them in the face, or circle them, do a death circle and wipe them out. I think one of the reasons why IndianaDel's being cautious is because of that KV2 was reported in grid square A3. He doesn't really want to come face to face with the KV2. But it might be a good idea for him to go and find those RT, because then those could be quick and easy kills. Even though one of them's a Fifi. And the enemy doesn't appear to be pushing south on the west side of the map. I wonder if they might try to come down this way. Okay, now this is what I was hoping he was going to do earlier. Go along the back of the map, find the RT, wipe them out. That will be 2 quick kills. That will leave the enemy totally disadvantaged, because then it will be 2 to 1 against them. The only trouble is, of course, if he pops out of this bush, he might be spotted by the enemy if the enemy's in the next bush along. So he's going to have to try and watch for his sixth sense to go off. If it goes off, he knows that one of them spotted him. Okay, moving up on the enemy camp. There's one of them. It's the M4A3 Easy 2. He's locked on. He's getting hit. 2. He's out of the game. And so there's now, he's got another kill. That's 7 kills. One more, he gets the Radley Walters. That was a really nice clean up there. He's pulled back. Now the rest of the team are moving forward now. Our RT have moved over to the east side of the map for protection, and the AMX-13F3 is actually turned up in the south of all places, and we just lost our Stug 3G. The AMX-13F3 is moving towards the cap area. That may be a fatal error for him. Now he's using the same chassis as the AMX-1357, but he's a lot slower, but he does have a bigger gun, 155mm, but of course he doesn't have the fire rate of the AMX-1357. This really is a little assassin, because it doesn't really matter what the enemy tank is, it just goes in for the kill, circles the target, plastering it with 57mm shells, and soon reduces them to a smoking wreck. I thoroughly recommend getting one of these if they ever come on sale. You know, Wargaming really, they do put a premium price on it, but it's well worth it, I can tell you. It's a fantastic little light tank. Okay, he's going to try and sneak up on the AMX-1357 using the bushes. There's 3 minutes 55 seconds on the clock, so he needs to be conscious of the time limit. They've still got 4 of the enemy to kill. No sign. I think he can move up through the bushes. The others are saying go AMX, and they're saying click on grid square K3. That's where they think he is. There's always the SU-100. Okay, he's coming in. The RT's got a hit on him. We've locked on. There he is, and one shot in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, kill shots, and he takes him out. Now he needs to reload quick, and we just lost our gorilla. He must have been spotted by the SU-100, but we need that reload, and he's reloading only 5 rounds of AP. I don't know if he spotted that, but he's only going to have 5 rounds to fire next time he reloads. That's the one thing you do have to worry about with a magazine that contains 7 shells. You need to reload a full magazine if you can each time. You could have reloaded a full magazine of APCR. It would be expensive, but it would certainly help with dealing with that heavy. Now we still don't know where the AMX-13F3 is. He didn't go and check the corner. There's the KV-2. Okay, well he can take the KV-2 out from a distance. Now we know where he is. We can sneak up on him and hit him before he can traverse his turret. Because remember, the KV-2's got a terrible turret traverse. Absolutely dreadful. So if we turn up right behind him, it's going to take him ages to turn his turret round. And by the time he does, he'll be dead. We've locked on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and his kill shot. And that's 9 kills. He's got his Radley Waters when he killed the SU-100, but he's now on for a Paul's medal if he can get the last kill, or one of the last 2 kills. Remember, it's 2 RTs going for the AMX-13F3. And he's running short on time. There's the AMX-13F3. He's locked on. He's reloading. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's not getting any hits. It's just too far away. He gets one off that. And he kills the AMX-13F3. So he's got his Paul's medal. But it's only 1 minute 4 seconds left on the clock. Now this is where I said it was crucial to go along the back and kill the RT. Because now there's 1 enemy tank left and there's only 55 seconds left on the clock. They're going to run out of time if they don't get there in time. They've got to find him first. Okay, he's loaded 5 rounds of AP. I don't think that's going to be enough to kill a Fifi with just 260 hit points. It might be enough if he can get all the shots to connect. It's 90 hit points per round, but he'd had to score high on all of them. And now he's got to find him. Oh, 20 seconds left to go. He's not here. Oh, I don't think he's going to be able to find him in time. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, timeout. It's a draw. Oh dear. And let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was an ace tanker for IndianaDel in the AMX 1357. But it was a draw. They didn't manage to win because they couldn't find the 105 FH18B2. He was probably hiding, very carefully concealed to avoid being found and losing the battle for his team. He managed to get an arsonist for setting fire to one of the enemy tanks and burning him up. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 12. A duelist badge for taking down 2 tanks that did damage to him during the battle. A fire for effect for dealing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. Because he killed 2 of the arty, the AMX 13F3 and the Bishop, he picked up a Pascucci's medal. And because he managed to get 10 kills, he managed to get a Pools medal. And of course the Top Gun that goes with it as well for getting 6 kills. But sadly it wasn't a win. So let's have a look at the team scores. There you go. Highest damage on the team, 2,759 hit points he managed to get. Probably wasn't 20% of the enemy hit points. That's why he didn't get the high caliber. The next highest scorer was the T-3485, who managed to get 2,066. Then we had the AMX 13F3 on the enemy team, 1,225. When it came to kills, obviously it was IndianaDel with 10 kills, who absolutely monstered that round, more than double the T-3485, only managed 4 kills, and 5 times the highest score of the SU-100 and the MX-13F3 on the enemy team, who managed 2 kills apiece. In fact, he managed to kill 10 of the enemy. If he platooned with the T-3485, unfortunately couldn't do that because the T-3485 was already in platoon with 2 others. They would have had enough for a crucial contribution, but unfortunately, yep, because of the circumstances, he couldn't platoon with the T-3485. But when it came to base XP, again, 1,061, enough for the ace tanker. The next highest score was the T-3485 with 667. And then we've got the AMX-13F3 on the enemy team with 417. So let's have a look at the detail report. Well, he fired 48 rounds during that battle. He got 40 direct hits, 35 penetrations, damage of 2,759 hit points, all at close range. He received 4 hits from the enemy, and they were all penetrations. The AMX 1357 does not have great armor. Anything that touches it, basically, is going to go straight through. So you need to avoid contact with the enemy in terms of the enemy being able to fire back at you. But if you can circle them quickly and fire into them fast enough, you can kill them before they can shoot you. He received 1 hit as a result of splash damage as well during the battle. He spotted 5 enemy vehicles. He damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 10 of the enemy, and also managed to get 1,283 hit points of spotting assistance during that battle. On a premium count, he earned 82,543 credits, and because he got the Pools medal, the Epic medals as well, he managed to pick up an extra 8,818 credits from the achievements, but he was fined 26 credits. That may have been the reason why he didn't get the high caliber, because he did some team damage. He also, after repair and ammunition resupply, remember he did use a lot of premium ammo towards the end, he actually was left with 48,437 credits profit. He received 1,592 XP, then he got the Achievements Award again for getting the Epic Medals of 901, which equalises his score with that of a winning team. That means on top of the bonus for the premium vehicle of 499, he took away 2,992 experience points altogether. So, very nice to get the Pools medal, nice to get the Ace Tanker and the Pascucci's as well, but it was sad that it was a draw, and I do feel that if you had actually made a run along the back of the map at the moments when you were at the back of the map, at the top of the north of the map, I think you would have spotted and killed the enemy arty, and that may have saved you the trouble of actually having to do it later. I think when you made those trips back to the south and then you went north again, a lot of the time was wasted there on going backwards and forwards, and so you missed out on the opportunity. I think I would have been straight in there like a rabbit down a hole to look for the enemy arty the moment I got to the north and knew that there was very few enemy tanks left, and most of them were spotted in the south, because it was obvious then that it would only be the enemy arty at the top of the map. Even though that said that the KV-2 was at the top of the map, even if you'd come across the KV-2, you probably could have done enough damage to him and escape before he could do any damage to you in the process, and that would have saved you the trouble of having to do it later. But all the same, it was a very interesting battle, full 15 minutes, well worth the time and the money, and it was a great experience to see the AMX 1357 pull down a pools medal, but just sad it was a draw. Well, I'm sure you'll do better next time, IndianaDel, because I know I've got another replay of yours waiting to be done, so as soon as I get the chance, I'll do that, and then we can see you in that one as well. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.